everybody, it's Old School Nerd. As you guys know, love me some German metalcore. Love German modern metal. There's a whole community in Germany of these independent and up-and-coming bands and bands that are just now signing on to mid-majors, and I've watched them grow over the last few years. And they're a community. And because they know these bands and these people, these artists know that I'm into that community and into what they're creating, they have a tendency to share things with me. And this is one of those times. This band is called HVSTE, but it's HVSTE. So it's like an inverted A, but it's eventually you got to start figuring out cool ways to put the name of your band out, because there's only so many words in the universe, and bands have been using really cool names for a long... Yeah, right? So, yeah. Anyway, it's called HVSTE. The name of the song is Silver Lining. Now, this one was recommended by a friend of mine named Timo Bonner. Now, a lot of you know Timo. He has a band called Armirage. He's also a part of other projects, multiple other projects. But what he's really known for is he's a great mixer, music producer. He's kind of doing in Germany, in the metalcore and modern metal scene in Germany with his Mega Blaster Productions studio. He's doing what that Max guy did in Sweden for pop music in the 90s and 2000s. And now, that guy that's never going to stop. Anyway, but it doesn't matter. We're talking about Germany. We're talking about metalcore. This is HVSTE, Silver Lining. Timo specifically came to me with this one, like he did for a lot of the other ones, but this one was like, he's like, this one I really like. And I was like, okay, is there a particular reason? He goes, you'll notice it when you see it. You'll notice it when you feel it. There's just something about this band, this song, this video. It connects. I'm like, all right, I trust Timo. I really do. And if you've checked out any of my metalcore reactions from Germany, from different bands, you should trust Timo too. Here we go. HVSTE, Silver Lining, 3 minutes and 7 seconds. This came out February 21st. So just a couple days ago. Already has 1,000 views. They have 151 subscribers. So this is kind of really new. So let's check this out together. Silver Lining. Me too. I'm gonna back it up a little bit. There's some things about this that really intrigue me. The beginning starts off reminding me of bands like Malevolence, like hardcore, post-hardcore, really aggressive in the forefront. But immediately after that sudden impact, you start to see dynamic metalcore, progressive metal, and modern metal tropes. The tags, the fills, the runs. Then they drop into this, it's a house beat. And you could take the German band out of Germany, but you can't take the German out of the band. Look, nobody does house beats better than Germany. I'm sorry. When it comes to putting it into different forms, yes, there are many house beats, and that whole rave vibe, that whole musical genre of creating these interesting industrial dance type vibes that you've seen those massive music festivals where it's just a guy behind a platform and he's spinning a loop and there's hundreds of thousands of people losing their minds. Yeah, nobody does it better than the people in Germany when it comes to interlacing it with metal. They really know how to do it, going all the way back to the OGs like Rammstein and things like that. So it's ingrained into the culture. And because it's ingrained into the culture, they could do it effortlessly. And then you pop into that melodic. Now, I will give one detraction. The vocalist's tone reminds me of emo rock, emo metal. It's very nasally. It's very, I don't want to say the word, but I'm going to say it. It does have kind of a whiny feel to it. Almost, it's that tone. If it was by itself, if that was all the vocals in the band, was just that whiny tone, I would not like it. However, that's not the only tone used. Then it goes into a power melodic vocal and then back to that harsh vocal. So you have a really good balance. Sometimes to tell a really good story, you have to have a protagonist, an antagonist, and a foil all in the same story. How do you do that in a band? You can change vocal stylings. You can change musical stylings where you have the antagonistic view, the protagonist view, and the foil all in the vocals. And I think it has that, okay? I'm really interested in this because it's very complex, but it has things that I love, things that I'm dubious about, but the way they're intertwining them is smart. So you have my attention. You have the thing that I like that draws me in. Then you do stuff that I'm not ready for, and now I'm contemplating if I like it or not. But because it's done so well, whether I like it or not doesn't matter. I'm in for the long haul because I want to see how the story ends. That's just smart composition. That's called smart composition. Let's go with it.
Makes it reappear, shining eyes in the moonlight's gleam, split eyes in the midnight dream, a gripping cold, a silent vow. Dust your breeze, beneath the shadows round. Raising the tail of darkness. Within the veil of dark.
There are times when a band will put too much. There are times when a band will put too many different things into a song. Let's just see how many different vocal stylings, how many different vocal techniques we can throw into a song. Let's also see how many different times we can change timing signature, how many different runs on the guitars, how many times can we change guitar phrasing, how many times can we change the tone on a song, and it gets chaotic and it's muddy and there's no direction. That's not the case here. And I think it's really smart because there are things in here that checkmark a lot of boxes for a lot of things that I enjoy in metal, different tropes from different genres. And so right now, this band could say, are they modern metal? Yeah. Are they metalcore? Yeah. Are they hardcore? Maybe. What about, yeah. The thing about it is that they're taking tropes from a bunch of different things that we consider genres, and they're saying, Those are lines that we don't recognize. We're going to freely move in and out of what inspires us to tell a good story. And they're doing that there. I'm literally counting 4 different vocal stylings and techniques, from a harsh vocal to a guttural to a soft emo style melodic to a belting vocal melodic. And they're telling a really good story. Now, the video is solid too. It's simplistic, but it's effective. And I think, yep, it's a Whiskey. So that makes sense. And there you go. So, yep, I can see why this was recommended by Timo, because it is a little different. A lot of times, if you listen to enough metalcore and enough modern metal and enough hardcore and post-hardcore and all these different genres, they start to repeat themselves. Similar tropes, similar feels, and sometimes that can be very comforting, and sometimes it can be almost redundant. Haste is not screwing around. They're blurring the lines. They're moving in and out wherever they need to tell a good story. It's the story. It's not about the genre. It's not about what people want to see. It's not about people say, well, I like this genre, so I'm not feeling this. Or I only like this. You know what? It's not about that. It's about the story. And I think they're telling a good story here. I'm in. I enjoyed it. Looking forward to more. So check them out. I'll have Haste's information in the description below. Subscribe to them. Check them out. Let's see where they go. For all we know, guys, you don't know who the next Bloodywood's going to be. You don't know who the next Electric Callboy's going to be. You don't know who the next... You don't know until it happens. Could this be that band? We don't know. Only time will tell. So let's see where they go from here. Send a comment. Go to the original. Share it. Send them a like. Hey, tell the band what you think. That's what their comments are for. If you like it, tell them why. If you don't like it, tell them, hey, like what you're doing? This? Nah, not for me. That's what I do, except I do it on a camera. Like an idiot. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a like. It really helps the channel grow. Also, if you want to subscribe, right over there. A big thank you to all my Patreons out there for everything you do. And if you want more content like this, check them out above. Remember, love one another, take care of each other. We're all stuck on this mud ball together. We'll see you later.